Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about yoga mat care, like how do you care for your yoga mat. It was actually something I didn't really know about for a long time, is that there's kind of a way to treat your yoga mat or to make sure it has a long life. Because sometimes yoga mats can last for life. You know, they have lifetime guarantees or anything like that, like Manduka's Pro Series, which has a lifetime warranty, and there's things, but they also expect you to take care of your mat in a certain way. And I wanted to talk about different ways that you can make sure your mat stays good and ready for practice as long as possible. So number one, really, really important, is your mat is never supposed to be in direct sunlight. I did not know that for so long. I thought, oh, yoga people, oh, we all practice outside. We're in the sun, yeah, sunrise yoga, middle of the day, beach yoga, we got it, yeah. But actually most yoga mats are sometimes, made of a plastic material, or even if they're 100% made from all natural materials, they'll often have a disclaimer on their websites and in the instruction list saying no sunlight. Absolutely, because what does plastic do in sunlight? But it disintegrates, and most of these kind of plastic or non-plastic products are really sensitive to sunlight and to heat. So that means never put your mat in direct sunlight, because sometimes I would wash my yoga mat with some dish soap or a little bit of it and water, or sometimes just with water, and then I'd hang it out to dry. And when I'd hang it up, I'd usually just put it over a chair in the sun. Horrible. That's really bad for the mat. And so I would really advise you to always keep your mat outside of the sun. If you're doing a sunrise practice or sunset where the sun is just beginning to rise or just beginning to set, you're not going to be creating damage to your mat because it's not going to get warm enough or hot enough. But if that sun, maybe it's 10 o'clock in the morning or maybe it's noon, that sun is way too strong for your mat to handle. So if you want to practice in direct sunlight, like a beach yoga session in direct sun, get a yoga mat that's a yoga mat towel. They make these awesome ones now that are all cloth, and you can practice on them and then throw them in the washing machine even. It's pretty cool. So you need to buy something special that you can practice on, or you can just practice on a giant towel or blanket or something that would work for you. It doesn't have to be a specific yoga product, but just something to keep aware of is never put your yoga mat in sunlight. Also, there's some awesome cleaning products on the market, cleaning sprays for yoga mats. Those are great. If you don't have a yoga mat cleaning spray, it's best usually just to use water, just plain water and a rag. And if you want to use just like a drop of dish soap, that's okay as well, usually, totally fine. But never put anything harsh chemical. You're not going to want to use a Clorox cleaning wipe with that bleach in there. That's terrifying. So you want to be careful when you're cleaning your mat as well, that you're just using mat cleaning sprays or just plain water, or again, just a drop of dish soap in like a big spray bottle, or not much at all. And then also for mat care, you want to store your mat in the shape that it wants to be in. So if your yoga mat, you roll it into a big tube, you're not going to want to just fold it and leave it on the floor, right? It doesn't want to be in that shape, and if it is in that shape for too long, then it'll form creases, and that creates kind of an unstable surface for you to practice on. So I would not recommend storing your yoga mat in a shape it doesn't want to be in. Also, lastly, if your yoga mat is brand new and you're really struggling with slipping up and down, a great tip is something called a salt rub. So you'd be taking table salt, and you would be putting it all over your yoga mat, completely dry. And then you're going to rub it in circles with a dish towel, top to bottom, and you are going to spend time doing a salt rub. Like, it'll take maybe 30 minutes top to bottom, and you can do it, repeat it again, even a second time if you need to increase that kind of texture and grip. So you're not ripping your salt mat, like it's not hazardous for your mat. This is recommended by other yoga mat manufacturers and brands and companies. They say the salt rubs are a really good way. I've even heard of some people sandblasting their mats, and I have never done that. I can't speak to sandblasting mats for texture improvement. But I have salt rubbed my mat 2 times, and I think it's great. There was no damage. But again, if you're a little hesitant, like I wouldn't do it with the Lululemon unmats. Those don't have a specific texture you can see with your naked eye. I wouldn't touch that. But if it's just kind of those traditional, very standard kind of textured mats that you see everywhere, the most popular ones, that's going to be the kind that are going to need the salt rubs. If you're ever hesitant, if you have a Manduka or a Jade yoga mat, just check their website. They have awesome care instructions as well, and they could advise for or advise against a salt rub. I am not saying it is perfect for every product out there. I just advise for those standard types and for the yoga mat I have. So anyway, those are the tips for yoga mat care. I hope they were useful. I'll see you over on my website, wildyogatribe.com, or on Facebook or YouTube. See you there.